Unit 2, Lesson 9. This is the second half of the lesson. So we're going to apply the addition property of equality, and it's almost identical to the subtraction property of the equality, only we're using addition instead. So the addition property of equality says if we have two equal values, okay, 100 and 100, and we add something else that is equal to both sides, so 20 and 20, the result is still equal. So 100 plus 20 equals 100 plus 20. So that's 120 equals 120. So the addition property of equality states that if I have two things that are equal, I add something else that is equal, the result is still equal. So we're going to do a proof, and we are going to show that AEC is the same as DEB. Okay? And they give to us that the measure of angle 1 is equal to the measure of angle 3. Well, I can go right down to my table, and I can fill in the information for the first step. You should be able to do that at this point. The measure of angle 1 equals the measure of angle 3. That is given. And I should be able to fill in the final step, right? What we are trying to prove is the final step. And now I have to figure out how I'm going to get there and what's the final reason going to be that I'm able to show that. Well, first things first, I need to somehow get angle 1 and angle 3 into an equation together. So let me break down those angles that we have. So the measure of AEC is equal to the measure of angle 1 plus the measure of angle 2. And the measure of angle DEB equals the measure of angle 3 plus the measure of angle 2. And what property tells us that if we add the parts together, we get the whole? That is partition. Okay, again, you could use angle addition here. Most people don't want to remember two different properties, especially when it comes to proof. So again, remember which one you think you're going to use most often. And partition can apply to segments and angles. So we remember one postulate, and that's it, we're done. Okay, so they gave me angle 1 is equal to angle 3. I see I have angle 2 in both, so I need to state that angle 2 is equal to itself. Seems obvious, but again, you want to state what it is you know from each line. So we know that's reflexive. And the new piece, right here, is I can now set these two equations equal to each other. And the reason we're allowed to do that is addition property of equality. Angle 1 and angle 3 are the same, angle 2 and angle 2 are the same, so I can say that things that are being added together that are equal will keep the sum equal. So angle 1 plus angle 2 equals angle 3 plus angle 2, because angle 1 and angle 3 are the same, and angle 2 is the same as itself. So that is our addition property of equality. Right? Adding equal things to equal things, the sums are equal. So now why am I allowed to replace one side with angle AEC and the other side with angle DEB? Substitution. So that is one example of the addition property of equality.